butterflies have a real problem with cooling down in the sun because their wings absorb a lot of heat from the sun. Butterfly wings keep cool in the sun. Basically, butterfly wings contain veins, and these veins contain a thing called insect blood, which is called hemophil.
It's like bad. But it's not good.
Some butterflies have small little hearts in their wings which pump this hemophil through their veins. These veins have got chitin coatings, which means that they've got better thermal conductivity than the rest of the wing, which means that the veins can absorb heat from the rest of the wing and then disperse the heat through the chitin in the veins, which means they can disperse the heat into the environment and cool the butterfly wing as a whole. We've taken infrared images of butterfly wings, and we can see clear red lines on the infrared images showing that there's more infrared being emitted from the vein-like areas. There's also these things called scent pads. This is commonly used by male butterflies to attract female butterflies via, expelling some scent through
Pheromones.
the scent pad. But
Yes.
also, the scent pads are really useful for thermoregulation in butterfly wings because scent pads contain many millions and billions of nanotubes in them, which also contain some hemophil. And it just is essentially an area where they can release a lot of heat, like in the veins, but in a circular area on the wing.
So I want to ask: do they need to get rid of heat because of the wings moving? So like I know that
Because the wing's moving, it's
what?
from the sun generally.
Oh, fine. Cause I know that bees have a similar system, but that's because when their wings beat, it creates such a high heat that it will kill them if they don't have a cooling system. But butterflies, so is it just because they soak up too much, they absorb too much sunlight?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So what do they say?
So they use the wings as
To,
a place to irradiate, kind of like Stegosaurus plates.
as a test of these butterfly wings, researchers beamed a laser on the wing scales. Their temperature rose, but apparently butterflies can't feel it and they don't care, so it's totally environmentally friendly. But when the laser lights warmed the butterfly's veins, the insect flapped its wings or moved away from the heat.
Huh.
So basically, they're very aware of the fact that they're getting too hot in certain areas, and it is an actual significant problem for them. Especially because some butterflies, I said they've got this heart-like organ, this little heart in their wings, which pumps the hemophil
Yeah,
around the
that's by
veins in their
far the
wings.
coolest part.
That's
I,
going
I
to be
like that.
heavy. It's going to be heavy, and it makes it difficult for a butterfly to fly. So there must be an extremely high evolutionary pressure in order to push this heavy heart-like object into the middle of a wing when you want it to be light and able to be flapped around a lot.
I
So,
mean,
so clearly there's evolutionary pressure for it, and it
but
must be important for the function and health.
even in the butterflies you mentioned, like what butterflies were these tested in again? Hair streaks, right?
Hmm?
These were tested in hair streak butterflies, right?
Yeah, yeah. So in two types of hair streak butterfly, they found the heart organ, and most butterflies they've just got the hemolymph,
But I swear,
and
like they don't even live in that hot area as hair streaks. Like this is just all butterflies.
yeah,
That's really. I'm just so surprised that they like. Is it because maybe their wings absorb loads of heat because of some?
yeah, because of the way that they produce their colors.
It just
For those
surprises
of you who don't
me.
know, that butterflies have nanomaterials on their scales, which means that the scales are actually grey, like the materials that make up the scales on a butterfly. Because butterfly wings have little scales on them.
Yeah.
The materials that make up the scales in the butterfly wings are actually grey. But the reason we see such vibrant colours is because when light is incident on the scales have sort of little tree-like structures on them, which are like maybe 20 atoms high, these tree-like structures, right? And these tree-like structures mean that when light hits it, light gets stuck in between the little tree-like structures, and only certain frequencies manage to come out of the tree-like structures, which means some butterfly wings reflect more blue light and some butterfly wings reflect more red light because the tree-like structures are designed in such a way that they absorb more blue or more red light.
Yeah, it's essentially a genius move. But I guess I mean that makes quite a lot of sense as to why they would absorb a lot of heat, to be honest. But I the thing is, like, I would expect them to have little tubules or little veins or something. But the fact
Right.
that they have a heart in their wings, which you're right, I mean, it must have a huge advantage. And like insects don't tend to have hearts. Like often they'll have
At
some sort
all.
of pumping. Well, they'll have some sort of pumping mechanism, but
Uh-huh.
often, like a lot of insects, because they just have a massive
Yeah.
sac.
I
Like
mean
their
the wing heart.
circulatory system is super basic. It's just
Yeah,
open. It's like a
the
bucket.
wing heart, the wing heart beats a few dozen times per minute. So it's a significant heartbeat. It's about 24 times a minute.
Yeah, I mean that's
Or,
in
24 to 48.
yeah, that's like a super fit human.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
That's what I'm thinking. Uh
You have to give a rating, Sam. It has to be a quantitative value. We're a science
when
podcast.
you started talking, I thought this was going to be a 7 because I thought it was just going to be some boring cooling mechanism to do with the fact that most animals that have large plates or large, you know, areas of skin use it for cooling somehow. So I was like, this is vaguely fine.
This is
But
going to be another one of Henry's facts.
but the heart, I was thinking this is going to be another Henry fact. But the heart element, I'm going to say that brings it up to an 8 again.
An 8. I'm 0.5 behind.